Hey everyone, my name is Paul Blue. I am the happily married father of three, and I get the opportunity to talk to you about families, friends, and broken relationships. Um, being the from a large family myself, I am the youngest of 8 children. My mom and daddy had 4 boys and 4 girls. It was the dynamics of growing up in a larger family that where I learned the importance of keeping the lines of communication open. And let me be honest with you. It's hard sometimes when you're from a large family or even a small family to keep the family dynamics, keep the lines of communication open. But it's needed. Very much needed. You know, one of the things that I'm always reminded of is the Bible tells us that we should follow peace with all men. That's found in Hebrews 12:14. And sometimes the people that are the closest to you, those are the ones that it's the hardest to follow peace with. One of the things that I'm often saddened about is that now gratefully my family and I, we're very my siblings and I, even my immediate family, my wife and 3 children, we're very close. But there's sometimes when I am spending time with other people and I'm telling them about how my family members, we are going to do this vacation and we're going to do that and we're going to do this. They look at me and they look at me in like shock, like, you still spend quality time with your brothers and sisters and your moms and brothers, mama and brother and all those people? I say, yes, we do. We have a good time together. And they literally dread the time when it's time for them and their siblings to spend time together. And that's because nobody has made the decision to follow peace, and somebody has to be the peacemaker in every family. And if you're listening to me talk today, I'm telling you that person has been. You're the one. You're it. You're the one that God has ordained to be the peacemaker in your family. So it's your job. It's absolutely your job to make sure that peace happens in your household. Because if you don't do it, who will? Who absolutely will. So you got to follow peace with all men, and then you got to be the peacemaker. You have to be the peacemaker in your family. Now, one of the things I do in my personal family with my wife and children, I make it a conscious decision to speak over them on a consistent basis. I make it a purpose to pray over them, to speak life over them, to tell them who they are based on the Word of God, and tell them who they're not as well. So, if you want to have a valuable relationship with someone, especially if you're a father or a mother, it is your job to be speaking life over these individuals. Tell them who they are. Bless them with your words. Bless them and encourage them to be that man or that daughter that God has ordained them to be. Because if you don't do it, who will? Who's going to do it if they don't? So one of the things that I do with my daughter, and I got this from my mentor, is I take my daughter out on a daddy-daughter day on a regular basis. Why? Because I'm the peacemaker. I'm following peace with everybody in the family. So now, as I end up this time here, there are a lot of people that have broken relationships. Listen, I learned this a long time ago. Don't burn bridges. And if at all possible, you be the one that makes sure that the relationship remains whole. Now, listen, you can't make anybody do anything they don't want to do, but we have been having a mandate to follow peace with all men. And then the Lord even took this even a step further when He said, "Bless are the peacemakers." So you have been called to be those that speak peace and be the peacemakers in your life. Don't burn the bridges. Pray over and speak life over those that are closest to you. And then make sure you're the one that's building relationships. When is the last time you called your brother? When is the last time you called your sister? When have you last time you called those that you haven't called before? Called in a long time. Normally when I ask people that question, they always say, "Well, they haven't called me. Why don't they call me first?" No, grow up. It's time for us to grow up and be the individual that Hebrews 12:14 is talking about and saying, be the peacemaker, okay? And look, hope you all have a great time. Look, let's heal some family relationships. Let's stop burning the bridges. Let's heal broken relationships. Why? Because listen, this is what I realized. Everything God did, He started it. He started what He was doing in the garden with the family, and He's going to end everything that He's doing with the family. So come on, let's make sure we're being the peacemakers in the family of God. God bless you. Bye-bye.